collapse. We are just collisions of every firing synapse. Is anything still missing? Life looks just like these, the fruits of our forbidden, the hidden life of trees. What's to happen? A silver note sings out across the ocean. Like trees, breathing syncopation. Can't we see where there are no divisions? About to collide. I am just a projection of all you are inside.
Hi, everybody. I'm assuming that this is okay. We're just going to go on as planned with this being amazing. Okay. Welcome to the Bushwick Book Club. This is it. Did you find it? Okay, terrific. Wonderful. You know what? It is Bushwick Book Club time. That's what. And the book we have here is Hole in the Sky by Monique Vescia. And what you're going to see is it's like one of the most exciting things you can possibly witness. It's the birth of like several new songs, like I don't know, 14 or 15 of them, something like that, and a new film. And these are artists, songwriters from both coasts. We have multiple cities on both coasts artists contributing from, really from their hearts, actually. And it's brand new. I haven't heard most of the stuff. Sometimes I refuse to see them because I get so excited, and I wanted it to be a surprise. It's kind of my version of Christmas. So Merry Christmas, everyone. And the songs are new. They're fresh out of the song hole. They're like crackling, snappy. They're enthusiastic. They're optimistic, and they haven't been beaten down by life yet. So,
really
we're not going to do that here. No, sir, not us, not me. But we're going to be really nice to them so that they don't crawl right back up the song hole. No, do not want that. This book, I've been trying to find more specific ways of describing how great it is, besides using big words like great and incredible. But I'm just going to say it right now. It is a great book. It is an incredible read, and you will not regret reading it. I personally enjoyed how from page 1, you trust the voice, you trust that voice, and then there you go. And that voice happens to be right here. The author's here, Monique Vescia is here, and I'd like to bring her up right now. She's going to give us a reading. Please welcome Monique Vescia. And I hope I pronounced her name correctly. Oh, geez.
Got it just right, Susan.
All right. Oh, cool.
Thank you, Susan. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for choosing my book to read. It's a tremendous honor, and thanks to everybody for reading it and letting yourself be inspired by this crazy story. So, as those of you who have read it know, there's a lot of different narratives in this book, and it was hard to choose a small portion to read. But I settled on this particular passage because I think it has the most references to music in it, that in comparison to anything else that's in the book. So that's why I'm going to read this part, and it takes place on the garbage island of the Patch, where all these refugees have collected and are living in the Atlantic Ocean on an island of garbage. Here on the Patch, at the height of summer, the winds would often slacken and leave them all panting in the shade, rationing the reserves in their freshwater cisterns. Without the breezes constantly riffling the plastic, one could hear a wife playfully scolding her husband, the dull clunk of a bell on a goat's neck, children screeching like seabirds. All these sounds and others found their way under the flaps of Petra's shelter as she lay on her mat, trying to empty her mind and focus only on the sensation of air moving slowly in and out of her lungs. But now she heard something else, something that stood out among the now familiar sounds of a summer evening on Sargasso. It was music, the kind of boastful song she'd once heard at the start of the American military broadcasts. On the Patch, people would sometimes play snatches of recorded music at parties and celebrations, careful not to drain the precious batteries in their beat-up CD players. But the sounds she heard now were nothing like that. Not like the Syrian music that poured out of the cafes and clubs before the war, a joyful stew of Arab music and reggae, or the honey flow of South Sudanese Afropop, or the Venezuelan joropo she had danced to at Valeria and Raisa's wedding. No, this was the song of the red hat and the saggy golf swing backside, the music of the self-crowned king who stands with folded arms in front of the open refrigerator and swears that it's empty. These horns trumpeted an anthem of bravado and violence, a song of lust and fear and bottomless greed. The music of the oil guzzlers and child cagers, the wall builders with hearts of ice and withered souls. This music was one of the reasons they were all in the middle of the ocean, trying to stay alive on a heap of garbage. As Petra parted the door flaps, Angelique rose expectantly from her crouch. but she signaled to the guard to stay put. Following the sounds outside to the sheds stacked with rafts near the channel, she found Luis leaning with his back to the sun. It was strange to see him alone like that, without the children dogging his steps, the punky teenage girls who imitated Luis's fishbone piercings and mooned over his disinterested green eyes shot with gold, and the fanatics who insisted he would deliver them all from the fury of the coming storm. Petra peered over the boy's scrawny, sun-blistered shoulder and saw what he saw through the phone screen with its spider web of cracks, miraculously transmitting the footage of Tiananmen Square and Tank Man, the protester facing down the long row of war machines, the image that had inspired her and so many others around the world. At first glance, that's what she thought was there on screen. But as she leaned closer, Petra saw she was mistaken, that there was only one tank, flying all those fucking American flags from its turret, and that the man standing at attention facing the tank was a soldier. If Luis sensed her come up behind him, he did not turn around or move his eyes away from the screen as the American music gave way to a ripping sound, like a length of thick cloth being torn down the middle. The people Petra could now see lined up in a row behind the tank turned their heads in unison to stare at the sun. She watched as the soldier set aside his rifle and lay face down in the road, arms stretched out to his sides like a saint on a cross. She watched as the tank eased forward on its treads to pass over the soldier, a piece of litter in its path. The tearing noise gradually faded away, and the American music returned.
Thank you. Thank you, Monique. Monique will be back in just a second. Monique is going to be back in a minute with to be interviewed by the amazing Sargasso. However, right now we have our first musical guest. Please welcome Henry Tenney with Todd Stewart Phillip. We have Henry Tenney in Brooklyn with a brand new song.
Hello, America.
And Teaspoon.
Hooray, Monique. Love this book. Congratulations, Monique. It's so fantastic. So it inspired me and Todd Stewart Phillips over here, my axe man and co-writer, to write a love song set on the same place, the plastic floating continent known as Sargasso or the Patch, which I gotta say, to me is sort of one of the coolest literary fantasy creations I've come across in a while. It's great. It's really great, and everyone should read it if you haven't read the book already, because it's cool. Here's a song. It's a love song. It's called "I Saw You." I saw you. Believe in plastic, in parens, and it goes like this. I saw you under the bubble tea straw moon, and with a slurp and a pop, my heart was sucked up a tube. We met when the red striped mackerel sky gave way to the Q-tip moon on high, and I knew no misbegotten mushroom would ever keep us apart. Believe in plastic, 'cause it's all that keeps us afloat. Debris, fantastic, keeps the knee off our throat. tossed out like a horse, can only swim so long before. Cursed like Facebook, chaos and Facebook pulls them down. We kissed when the orange pill bottle filled the sky, but knew we'd die because the guts don't lie. You left with the Ivanka bottle moon, search for a plastic cocktail sword to fall onto. Sack of flies, sagging nice, sachets of rice, stinking vice, sacro once, sacro twice, sacrifice. A sack of flies, sagging nice, sachets of rice, sinking vice, sacro once, sacro twice, sacrifice. Believe in plastic, 'cause it's all that keeps us afloat. Debris, fantastic, keeps the knee off our throat. Believe in plastic, 'cause it's all that keeps us afloat. Debris can be fantastic, keeps the knee off our throat. It keeps the knee off our throat. Thank you. Thanks, Monique. Thanks, Steve. Thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Henry, for kicking us off with their very first song.
Yay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, maybe we'll learn a little bit more about plastic and other things. Please welcome, it's time for the author interview. Everyone can turn off their cameras now. Who's on the Zoom meeting, you can turn off your camera because the author interview with the amazing Sargasso will begin now. Yay! And I had prepared for any awkward silences. I was going to just list some of the plastic chapter names. Blister Pack Moon, Ivanka Water Bottle Moon, Cotton Swab Moon, Bubble Tea Straw Moon. Doesn't this make you want to read the book? Prime Bag Moon, Orange Pill Bottle Moon. Okay.
And now the Sargasso moon arrives. The fullest of moons.
Yes.
Felicitations of the preborn to you, Bushwickersome Society for the Chastisement of Ignorance. I am the amazing Sargasso, conduit of the preborn, dispenser of the sacred knowledge of the first cigarette of the cosmic day. The sourdough starter in the kitchen of the human heart, the last kombucha in the fridge of your soul's macrobiotic restaurant. I join you via an ancient prophecy and a legal settlement with family court to discuss A Hole in the Sky, the chronicle of an ergot-powered vision, no doubt, of an alternate reality. It is a book about an America that did not exist until Monique Vescia, the brilliant and spiritually challenging author, the weird guru who took us to a place that did not exist until she visited it, probably in some kind of terrifying machine powered by love and radium. It raises questions about what we might have been about what we might still become, and about what gets Mike Pence off. Let's break it down. Welcome, Monique Vescia, to Sargasso's interrogation zone.
Oh my. Glad to be here, Sargasso.
We're glad to read this terrifying account. Please tell us, this clearly non-fictional story of the events in an alternate time bucket is obviously the result of a techno-galvanic breakthrough you have managed to engineer. How did you acquire the necessary supply of anti-phlogiston?
Well, I think what you're asking is how I came up with the idea for this book. So
We'll go with that.
I will answer that. I am I've always written nonfiction, and I never felt the need for fiction until the last 4 years. And I suddenly felt very certain that we were looking at another term of Trump in office. And I was just, just in fury and anguish every day. And I just felt like I needed to save myself somehow by creating an alternate world that sort of inoculated me to that possibility, but also at the same time, like enabled me to control it and to deal out some justice at the same time. So the idea came from that.
How many people did you kill in the writing of this book?
Oh,
it is soaked with the blood of your enemies, is it not?
It is soaked. Too many to detail now. It would, but yes, enough and not enough.
Was this a story you whispered to yourself in the terrible bright blankness of 2 p.m. in a Panera Bread? Or a threnody of pain you caught on the pale wind that rises in the sleepless hour before dawn? Or was it an epic enacted with disfigured Playmobil in the bedroom of your mind?
Oh, there's such good choices. I have to go with number 2. As a chronic insomniac, I think I wrote the majority of this book while I was thrashing around in the sheets at 4 a.m. And so I put that time.
That's heart healthy,
Yes, yes. So that's where I dreamt most of it up.
Please describe the moment when the chemicals in your skull produced the neurological signals that gave rise to the character of Least Kardashian.
Yes, Least. Well, I have to say, I have never seen one episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but I'm certainly been very interested in the phenomenon of the Kardashians. And I thought about, what it would be like to grow up in the shadow of this family and to be sort of a minor Kardashian. So I started, a character with that in mind. And then I also started thinking about her name as a joke. And this tied in for me with Trump's candidacy. And, when this started on The Simpsons, it was just a joke that became a horrible reality. And so I sort of thought about her as being similar, like her name's a joke at the beginning, but then she takes on sort of a real presence and becomes a character in her own, substantial character in her own way. So,
and yet, surely this would have turned a saner person against humor entirely. But you persist in making jape after jape on the pages of this book. I'm curious to know what the influences of your weird sense of humor are.
Oh, that's a hard question. I mean, just reality, just reading the news and, scratching my head and screaming about the absurdity of it all. You don't really have a lot of that stuff that's in this book was just real. Everything that could be real was real. And I think my humor comes from real life more than.
Are you being sued by any of the people who appear in your book?
Not yet, but that would drive sales, so I welcome that.
Sound philosophy. It is not lost on your interrogator that this world you have glimpsed contains a region with the delightful name of Sargassa. Please explain to our viewers the nature of this important and vital region of the story and its mighty goddess.
Yes, you do share a name with the land that I created. And I've always been very interested in these garbage patches. And the one that's well known is the one in the Pacific, but there is also one, a very large one in the Atlantic, that's in the Sargasso Sea. So, and that's a place in the ocean where there's these big mats of yellow weeds. And so I thought, well, I have to name my land of women in charge after these mats of weeds. So I would say you took your name as well from the mats of weeds.
No, I'm engaged in an extremely complex piece of litigation to demand that the oceans of the world pay me for their improper use of my name, which comes from the old Frisian, and it means it means old Frisian. I'm literally an old Frisian.
My mistake.
It is. You are welcome to it, my dear friend, and I hope I can call you a friend after reading this novel, which was like reading the inside of your head so fully and deeply that I do feel that I know you and in a sense have become you. So I'll be over for breakfast, but let's also talk about the love story with which you engage our hearts, not merely the terrifying political dystopia with which you enrage our brains, our fevered brains, but this love story consumes one Michael Pence, a tribute of probity, a man I was not previously familiar with, but who I gather has held a kind of a position of respect in the hearts of many. He desperately admires, in a way that moves the soul, the strange, bewitching beauty of a young man known as Stephen Miller, and this must be then your gesture at the central tension between desire and duty that drives our most enduring tragedies. For how long have you shipped Messrs. Pence and Miller? And what of Miller? What a minx he is in this tale. What is he up to these days? What's going on?
Oh, with Stephen Miller, he is up to no good. He is always up to no good.
But in a kind of a sexy way, right? I mean,
sexy,
based on your portrayal.
like kind of like a stoat or a weasel, that way. That way.
All
but,
terrific, in a salad. Fantastic.
Yeah. So, I mean, this whole relationship between them, part of the puzzle of this book was trying to find a way of eliciting a morsel of sympathy for really unlikable people. And so I thought, like, well, what's a universal experience that all of us have endured? And I would say, an unrequited lust or love is something that's a fairly universal experience, and unless you're Ashton Kutcher or something, but the most of us know what that's like. So I felt like it humanized him in a way. And
who among us hasn't gotten the horn on for a kind of a wannabe Goebbels? So I get that.
Yes, right, exactly. Yeah. So it accounted for that haunted look he always has on his face. And I thought, like, what would torment him the most? And of course it would be, being in love with a man.
And what a man.
And what a man. And what a man.
So there is throughout your novel the unmistakable haunting presence of one of humanity's most beloved story archetypes, the zombie apocalypse. How much do you think about the shudderingly sublime vision of a zombie assault as a kind of metaphor for life in these United States, to coin a phrase?
Well, there is not one single zombie, even little ones, in the pages of this book. So I mean sort of the sense of that kind of vision of a dark tomorrow, where these sort of forces that we've unleashed, to speak as clearly as Sargasso can speak, the forces that our bad actions have unleashed, sort of driving us in this mindless way.
it felt zombie-like if in fact there were no zombies
I
there.
see. Yes, yes. Well, there are, yes. If you see a sort of a broader interpretation of that term, yes, there, and I feel like those forces are still very much with us, particularly so now. They have, you know, Biden getting into office didn't get rid of our problems. It just sort of pushed them to the side where they're gathering strength. So, and January 6th, of course, was a great illustration of the zombie apocalypse. So I wouldn't say I'm not the most hopeful person, but I'm feeling a little better these days than I had been when I wrote the book.
Let's talk about your creative process then. The time of day, the chemical additives that you use, and what smells must you have near to excite the muse? Are you more of a grass and wildflowers type of writer, or is it more of a bucket of ammonia and a whiff of gunpowder?
I would definitely say the ammonia and gunpowder with maybe just a tiny, you know, soupçon of marshmallow peep sprinkled in there.
That sounds like my kind of Saturday night. I have one final question for you. The question that every interviewer is obliged to ask, but it has never been more urgent than I think now. If this novel were a Muppet, what Muppet would it be?
Well, I think it would be a combination of baby Miss Piggy and Pepe the King Prawn. One of the more obscure minor Muppets, but important in my mind.
Let me say that you represent the beauty in your soul of Dr. Teeth, the genius of Dr. Bunsen Honeydew, and the ineffable lovability of Kermit himself. This novel is sparkling with the sort of wit that Sargasso is loath to praise, but must, and just jam-packed with fucking weirdness. So hats off to you, Monique Vescia.
Thank you, Sargasso.
This concludes the interrogation. End transmission.
Woo!
Thank you. Thank you, Sargasso.
Woo!
Thank you, Sargasso. and Monique. I learned so much. And now we have more music. Please welcome Charlie Nealand, who will play his song now. It's a fresh one.
It
Fresh
is.
out of the oven.
It just came out. And it's called Drown. And maybe it's not hopeful, but alas. That was kind of Sargasso-ish, right? Here we go. If they ask you why, then say it's just a lie. Something that just happened a long, long time ago. Drowning water, drowning land. Now the ocean understands. The dancing waves are crashing. Tore you from my hand.
They get a Les Paul and then they're off to Pluto. Always happens.
Waves are crashing. Okay, sorry about that. You know, it just goes like that sometimes. Let's just do it one more time. Because that's how it's gonna go. And if they ask you why, then say it's just a lie. Something that just happened a long, long time ago. Drowned in water, drowned in land. Now the ocean understands. Dancing waves are crashing and tore you from our hands. Wow, really did it twice. It did water drown in land, and no one understands why we danced while waves were crashing, burning blood and sand. as wind and water against the gravestones.
That was fantastic. Charlie.
OMG. God, enormous hit. A song as fast as the Sargasso Sea. Oh my gosh. Please welcome our next performer, the lovely and amazing Teresa Toro. She's here with her new song. Please welcome Teresa Toro. I have to mention one thing. I promised myself that I would mention that you can donate to us now. It's tax deductible donations to Venmo at Bushwick Book Club and paypal.me/Bushwick Book Club. Okay. My promise has been met. Please welcome Teresa.
Okay. Everything's gonna fly away. Monique, thanks for writing such a great book that just made me think that even when you contemplate something really unthinkable happening, people do find a way to go on. So thank you very much for that very important reminder. Know that you and me ain't real, we've been acting for I we're cut off from what we think and feel. It's global and it's viral. Plastic heads and plastic hearts. Make believe is a survival art. We won't find a quarter lasting deal. And we're living in denial. The fixes count to 10. We'll tear it up and start again. There's a hole in the sky. Home on the other side. There's a hole in the sky. Follow me. There's a hole in the sky. Home on the other side. War and hate behind. Follow. Know that you and me ain't safe. We're losing ground here every day. Mask can hide a hateful face. Let's talk facts and let's not wait. Changing names won't change our skin. Being different here is now a sin. We don't belong but can't complain. Only alternatives escape. The fixes will count to 10. We'll tear it and start again. There's a hole in the sky. Home on the other side. There's a hole in the sky. Follow me. There's a hole in the sky. Home on the other side. War and hate behind. Follow the fixes. We'll count to 10. We'll tear it up and start again.
Rooftop rocks. Rooftop rocks.
Thank you.
Rooftop rocks.
I love this movie.
Loved it.
All right.
Is this the Peter Jackson version of Let It Be?
Yes. That's the Shire.
Okay. I just wanted to see if Amanda's video is possibly ready. And if not, we're going to show Stephanie's. Charlie, what do you say? She sent her video. I don't know if you saw that. Let's go to Stephanie's.
Yeah, it's ready. It's ready. It's ready.
Oh, Amanda's it ready?
Yeah, I was ready for Stephanie's,
Okay,
but I have either one.
Okay, great. Let's show Amanda's first. Amanda
Okay.
just made this. Talk about fresh, you know? I mean, it's like, yeah, it's fresh. And it's fresh from across the Atlantic, speaking of oceans. Please welcome, let's enjoy Amanda's video.
forget who I
Woo! Woohoo!
Hurrah! Hurrah! Hurrah!
Fantastic.
Whoa!
That's great. Love that.
Here, Susan.
Oh, hi.
There you are.
Here I am. All right. Well, I'm pretty excited to be here, and I have to say that I've been really into Monique's book. Been really captivated. It's like you really drawn me. I think like your tone, like there's something like so sarcastic and so both gloomy and sexy and very humorous and terrifying, but it all at once. It's and it worked out for me. I got my shot. So yeah, I did like this short video inspired by the least Kardashian, and I remember like this sentence, that this short sentence about like this poor least Kardashian, kind of like in the midst of her interview to become like a fascist superstar, and putting her a big smile, and at the same time like feeling that she's drifting away like a jellyfish in the tide. And this image like really get into me. I can relate to that, not this part of the Kardashian. I can relate to the jellyfish in drifting in the tide. So anyway, so I did this little video, and thank you so much again. The punky nightmare.
Amazing!
Yes.
Thank you, Stephanie, for that brilliant
Man.
film. Thank you.
Wow, that was
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Next up, I would like to introduce John S. Hall. Please welcome John S. Hall.
Hello, I'm John S. Hall. Okay, so I had a lot of favorite chapters of this book. I really enjoyed this book, but I was particularly struck by chapter 36, where Othello is in the cage and is thinking about, killing Melania, and I really just enjoyed it. I enjoyed the whole book though, but I wrote this very angry and somewhat sad song called Othello's Song.
That's all.
Maybe I won't be released until I am deceived. Come close enough to this cave, taste these tears of rain. I don't want the world I knew, but I curse the day when I met you. When you came, I thought the Virgin had come to take me away. I don't know what day it is or if I can last another day. Come close enough to my mouth, I can trap your finger till you let me out. I don't want to survive, wanna be dead, but I am alive. When you came, I thought the Virgin had come to take me away. I don't know what time it is or if I can last another day. I would kill you if I had the chance. Stick a knife between your ribs and the cold, tough meat of your heart. Your black blood leaking slowly from your side, spreading out across the floor. When you came, I thought the Virgin had come to take me away. When you came, I thought the Virgin had come to take me away. Maybe I won't be released until I am deceived. Come close enough to my cage, taste these tears of rain. I don't want the world I knew, but I curse the day when I met you.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
That was pessimistic and angry. All right. I want you guys to see the skyline. All right. Thanks, John S. Hall. Please welcome our next performer, who is, it's her first time with us at Bushwick Book Club. And please welcome Lara Ewan. We're really happy she could be here with us with her new song. Yay, Lara!
Hi.
Hey.
Hey. I am excited to play my song. First of all, everybody sounds fantastic. So this is great. And thank you, Monique, for writing this book that has inspired so many of us. So my song is, I'm going to say that I was filled with rage and wrote a song about being filled with rage. Here we go. I never said my prayers, but I was saved. Never killed a man, but I've danced on some graves. You thought you'd stack the deck, but you got played. You got caught lying in bed you never made. Bless the day, bless the day, bless the day. You went away forever. 'Cause you were never great, never great, never great. And me, I've never been better. I never fixed a fight. Oh, but I've bet odds. I never liked my chances, but I still play craps with God. Well, you thought you got the joke. You thought you won. You thought you got it all. You got none. Bless the day, bless the day, bless the day. You went away forever. 'Cause you were never great, never great, never great. But me, I've never been better. I never asked for this, but I'll damn sure take it. You never got to me, I faked it. I never said my prayers, but I was saved. I never killed a man, but I danced on some graves. Bless the day, bless the day, bless the day. You went away forever. You were never great, never great, never great, never great, never great. But me, I've never been better.
Yes!
Brava, brava.
Woohoo! Amaze balls, as they say, you know, in the biz. Thank you so much, Lara. That was so great. And I'm glad you were able to join us for the first time, first Bushwick Book Club, and hopefully not the last. So I'm going to play my song now. It's about Paul and Helen. I love the relationships in this book. I like how the people were so they had so many different facets to them, and they felt like actual people. And Paul and Helen, they were one of my favorite couples. Also, their names are great. Paul Pendergrass and Helen Easterhunt. Come on, what's better? Here we go. I don't know how to turn the play off that, so we'll just go with this. Long Montana winter pulled back her skirts on what is now known as the last best place on earth. A Paul's heart is full of things that make his chest hurt, and everything is a secret. The distance from his daughter puts an ache in his chest. He remembers when she loved him the best before she learned to pick up a bat and say, I'm pretty sure he asked for her dad. Too many things to make his chest ache. He doesn't. Too many things to make his chest ache. He doesn't wear hats because he doesn't want to look fake. He doesn't know if he has what it takes. Trying to show them what he thinks they want to see until there's nothing he won't keep a secret. Her face is something he takes pleasure in. He's never known someone so comfortable in her skin, no matter the state of erosion it's in, or whether time and life shows on the surface. There's truth to unearth, not to avert it to skirt, using her middle-aged invisibility on purpose. On purpose. Trauma is stressful, it burns a lot of calories. The natural world is full of abnormalities. Beached whales in New Zealand. Celebrity suicides, not much how they're feeling. So many dots, the dots, they're all connected. So many dots, they're all connected. Code words and disguises to find out what's behind this. Suicide rates keep climbing at a quick clip. DQ rendezvous, barbecue, potato chips to uncover the truth. Not a physical relationship. God no. God no. God no. Just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not out to get you. See what I mean? Lots of interesting things in the sewer. Connecting the dots firing a bang bang. Just ask Dr. Fortunato Macadang. Connecting the dots firing a bang bang. Just ask Dr. Fortunato Macadang. Macadang. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Mac a dang dang a dang a dang. Mac a da da dang a dang a dang 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 a dang. Da 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 do 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 do. Da 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 da. Da do do da 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 da. Okay, that's my song, guys. Mac a dang it.
Woo! Mac a dang 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 dang.
Dang.
Mac a dang dang dang.
Yeah,
That's
Macadang.
right. I'd like to welcome our next performer. It's Don Ralph, also known as the wife of Monique, or the husband of Monique Vescia.
We're
Please
fluid.
welcome
We're fluid.
Don.
Macadang, macadang. That's my song. Macadang. Same thing. Well, it's great to be here. Yeah, the secret's out. Monique and I are together. I wore my blowhole shirt just because I wanted to get the hole, nice hole imagery going on. Support the hole. And I'm excited to be here. And I can tell you the secret of one day in the fall, Monique sat me down and said, I have something to tell you. I have to speak with you. Sit down. And now this is something that no husband wants to hear. They never want to hear those words. You have to sit down and I have to speak with you. So I said, oh my God, what's going on? I'm thinking, what's going on? And she said, I wrote this novel. I forget if it was in paper form then or if I'm just imagining it, but here it is. I wrote this novel, and I'm eternally oblivious. So I had no idea that for the past 2 years she was writing this amazing novel with these 5 great plot lines that intertwine and lead to this amazing conclusion. There's one line in the book: art is the safest channel for madness, and I think Monique was dealing with the madness and used art to deal with the madness, and that's my segue into the song. Seabirds flying backwards, clouds looking strange. A small gray whale has come to warn us of a wave. There's no escaping. What's done will come. We'll sail into tomorrow, find another sun. Stone stuck from the ocean, moon swallowed whole. The guts, they never lie. We must trust what they have told. Chaos bursts from the darkness. Children gasp and stare. A misbegotten mushroom crowned with sickly yellow hair. Oh, we just want to survive, floating on top of the flood. Oh, we'll direct our fears to hope and purpose, to keep us from the troubles to come. Oh, we just want to survive, clinging to this pile of refuse. Somehow, without the men in charge, things will be peaceful. Or maybe that's just a ruse. Art is the safest channel for our madness when there's problems ahead. Bring out the puppeteer, bring out the songs when the storm is all around us. Art is a channel for our fear. Oh, what the fuck that art is, I really can't explain. Makes the sun more than hot and the rain more than rain. And even the patch out in the Sargasso Sea means anything can be real, though it really cannot be. That's what art is. That's what art is. That's what art is. That's what art is. Art gives us hope. Oh no! Stop it! Oh my God. Okay, hold that thought. Oh Jesus! Ah! Ah! Okay, here. Art gives us hope when we know we'll soon be dying. Art helps us make sense of things we know we can't explain. Like the seagull flying backwards, clouds looking strange, a small gray whale who's come to warn us of a wave. Song with an interlude.
I love it.
Yeah. Dramatic interlude.
Yeah, that's
Disco
drama.
break.
Yay!
This doesn't give anything away, but my experience here has proven the point. Don't touch the wrong button.
Yeah. I wish. Yeah,
Or things go
that
crazy.
rule, but I know that I'm going to fail. But I'd like to bring on our next performer, who is performing from California in San Francisco. Please welcome Mia Byrne.
Well, hello everyone. How's it going?
Woo!
I didn't realize my huge pile of medication was in the background, but hey, it's
Appropriate.
yeah, right.
So
It works.
wild. Yeah.
There you go. It's my sea of plastic. Oh my gosh, this book is so cool, and like you, Susan, I really kind of focused on the relationship between Paul and Helen. And when I started reading the book, I just got the chorus of this song, or the refrain of this song in my head, and I was gonna try to write something that was like cerebral and cool and like super artsy, but I just this is what came out. So here you go. I hope you like it. Hey there, mister, you're my kind of guy. Here's 2 scotches neat, one's yours, one's mine. I tell you we got lucky just by saying hello. And now that we're friends, there's further to go. You don't care if my hair is gray and my jeans are cut in an unfashionable way. The world is shit and my nerves all shot. Let's go smoke a joint in the parking lot. Let's go smoke a joint in the parking lot. People live on plastics and the TV's one, so I'm gonna get stoned in the Montana sun. Trying to figure out what the hell to do, but I gotta relax so I can focus my view. You're the last best hope, put your number in my phone. Everybody's dying, but we're not alone. Ain't gonna consummate a murder plot. Let's go smoke a joint in the parking lot. Let's go smoke a joint in the parking lot. Getting chased down by a crew cut man. I guess he thinks we got our heads in the sand. Gotta be careful and cover the track. Looking for the answers while we're under attack. It might not be a sin to kill a witch or a devil. I'm not the kind of woman who gets sentimental. I'm a geologist who likes getting stoned. Seems appropriate for me to go down that road. Jesus fucking Christ, this is a lot to take. Trying to figure out what's real and what's a deep fake. So let's give them everything we got. But first, let's smoke a joint in the parking lot. Let's go smoke a joint in the parking lot. Everybody, let's go smoke a joint in the parking lot. Let's go smoke a joint in the parking lot.
That's
San
fantastic.
Francisco.
It's
That's
so
fantastic.
incredible.
That was so awesome.
That was so good.
That is fantastic.
The fact that she's a geologist who loves getting stoned, just like, I mean, why not?
I'm glad you got that.
I didn't know if it was intentional or not, but it felt like it was.
Excellent.
I've dated several geologists, and they all got stoned. Thank you for writing such a great book, Monique. I hope it goes.
For writing such a great song.
It was so fun to write.
Thank you. We have more music coming, and thank you, Mia. And I wanted to also mention that Mia will be coming to the New York area later in June, so perhaps we can catch one of her performances here, on the East Coast too. Yay! Now, I'd like to welcome Leanne Smith. Leanne. I'm going to do the original sound thing. That's right. You get it. Yeah.
Okay. It's a little chilly up here. I didn't have a favorite quote from the book, but I thought it was very interesting how the author said a little bit about how she wrote the book, which was she didn't tell her husband that she was writing a book. And I thought, wow, everybody's got their own process. I thought that was very interesting. So I wrote about writing. Can you hear it?
Here I am behind the door, 2 hours gone and I can't ignore a pen to page, line by line, pen to page, line by line. I'm writing these words so I don't disappear, but I look in the mirror and there's no one there. Scratch of ink, line by line, scratch of ink, line by line. Trying to discover what I never knew. If I try hard enough, can you see it too? Bought a ticket, but I never left. Too damn scared of my regrets. No one to say bon voyage. No one to say bon voyage. But I'm sailing in here where the waves are higher. I use my lifeboat pen as a safety wire. So tightly now my fingers white, letters black stay up all night out. This is the way I want it to be. No, let's cross that out. Keep the mystery. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Trying to remember what I never knew. If I try hard enough, can you see it too? Make a world where I'm the master, heading towards another disaster. Here I go, step inside. Here we go, step inside. Ah, but what's this rattle inside my head? Ink down the page and what's unsaid?
running down, ink is running down, ink into the town in my secret.
Awesome. So great to have Leanne again. This is her first live stream with us, so we're kind of thrilled. Speaking of thrilled, I'm also thrilled to introduce our next player. Please welcome Jason Trachtenberg.
Hey,
Woo!
everybody. Wow.
Hi, Jason.
Oh my goodness, it's so good to be here. Yeah, Monique, I love the book. Thank you so much. I was talking to John S. Hall at Susan's Accordion Friday last week, and I mentioned that I'd never read a book that uses the technique that you use, where it's a different, canvas for each, and then once until everyone's introduced, and then it's like a different thing each time. So I was wondering, is there a name for that literary technique?
I think just multiple narratives.
Multiple narratives. Sounds like the. Oh, I'm not going to go. Yeah. So I actually had never read a book that did that before. So that was pretty exciting. It kind of gave me a new approach on how to, maybe paint something a little bit different. And so okay. So after reading that, or pretty much while reading it, I came to it became pretty obvious after about the 5th chapter that eventually all these stories are going to come together, right? It's not, and I think it was inevitable. And so, because like I said, it was very new to me because I'd never read a book like that before. And I imagine it's been done before, but if so, it was fresh to me. So as far as I'm concerned, it's never been done before. And so I thought, well, eventually, all of these different stories and different characters from extreme angles of different walks of life are all going to come together. So this song became pretty obvious that they belong together, that we belong together, and that became the theme of this song. And so each verse of this song is written about one of the 5 stories. It's 5 stories that are going on at one time. Am I right? 4 plus 1, right? Is it 4 plus 1? Okay, right? Okay. So that's what this song's about, and how it all comes together as well. And it goes like this. Thank you, by the way. Thanks, Susan, as well, too. I feel indifferent, by that I mean I'm different. No need for instruction, that is the tax deduction. Talking we belong together. I feel emphatic, this world is made of plastic. No need for assistance, this patch is now indifference. Talking we belong together. Everybody, one more time. We belong together. State of denial, this life's a constant trial. It's a state of existence with every bit resistance to the core. Just to be sure. All heir apparents, they must have had some parents. Now that I feel distracted, that is to say attracted, we all seek approval, that is to say removal, because we belong together. We belong together. State of oppression is now the main obsession when we're all fine and dandy with yellow cotton candy in your head. That's what she said. Seabirds are flying, if backwards that's a sign. Well, I feel embarrassed, just like that time in Paris. Is this a commercial or just the dress rehearsal? Because we belong together. I feel tuition is paid by intuition. These states are united, vice presidents one-sided, because we belong together. all stitched together. We're in for nasty weather. With this chaos is scripted, it's staged and unrestricted to the max. Lost in the stacks. Pull down that sculpture and kill the counterculture because we belong together. We belong together. Seabirds are flying backwards. We're in for nasty weather. We belong together. We belong
Yeah!
Wonderful. Yeah.
Thank you, Jason.
So great.
Yay! Thank you, Mother Pigeon. That was wonderful.
Great.
Love that. That was great. Excellent.
Thanks, Mother Pigeon. Jason Trachtenberg. I just want to, before we go on to our final musical, before we go into our final musical performance, I just wanted to thank Deb Magachi for doing all the Zoom tech. She's behind there, making the magic happen. Charlie Nealand for doing the sound and also for sharing the videos. Teresa Toro is back there chatting away with folks and making sure that people's links are posted. And Scott MX Turner did our art, the flyer art, although it's using the book art, which is done by Leo Ralph. So yeah, all in the family. Thanks everybody. And once again, if you'd like to donate, it's tax deductible. And you can donate to Venmo at Bushwick Book Club. I fixed it just now. And paypal.me/Bushwick Book Club. So thanks a lot, everybody. And please welcome our final performance, our closer, Boy Meets Pearl from Washington, D.C. It's C. Griffin and Christian Crowley. Please welcome Boy Meets Pearl.
Hey.
Woo!
Hi. When this book was so triggering, it was so triggering, and it played so brilliantly into that whole last 4 years of our being robbed of our right to disbelief, right? Like every morning we woke up and we were like, there's no way this shit show can become more horrific. And every day we were proven wrong. So it was, so thank you for brilliantly playing into that. The other thing that really stuck out for me was the lovely juxtaposition of cotton candy with being something that was lethal. Like it was, we always think of cotton candy as being really fluffy, and not in this case. So, all right.
She's a cotton candy comrade, and little do they know, she's a walking time bomb and she's about to blow. Yeah.
the show. Раз, два, три, четыре. Touched for the very first time, kaboom. Make the punishment fit the crime, kaboom, kaboom. Sometimes human sacrifice a man's worse, and though he'll come in for the kill if he can smell your curse. It's the least that you can do. Ha! It's the least that you can do. But it's only for your entertainment. It no longer is you. Raspa, trichitire. Touched for the very first time, kaboom. Makes the punishment fit the crime, kaboom, kaboom.
Amazing. That's so great.
Yeah.
This is that's the show, and but the love doesn't end there for this book. We will continue to post these songs on Bandcamp and on YouTube, and have videos up pretty soon. And I want to just thank everybody who performed today. Thank you so much for doing the thing, for reading and writing and making new art. Thank you, and thank you guys for watching. And we'll see you next time. Our next show is May 17th. We'll see you then. Okay. Bye, everybody.
Are you supposed to be on camera?
And come back.
On the camera. I don't know. Are you? I don't know.
All right. And so we actually do the virtual hug, which means
Not letting me go back. Not letting me come on.
Have you run into that before?
Not letting you come on.
Come on.
No.
Someone needs to let me on. Oh, now I'm
Hear you. We can hear you. It's the camera.
Okay, now we can
Good
group
job,
hug
everybody.
the author.
There you are.
Yeah, nice.
Great job. Awesome.
Well, I mean, the variety and the talent is just like my mind is completely blown. It's so great. So great. Absolutely fantastic.
That's it.
Makes me want to write a novel sometime, though, so that people can write songs about my novel.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Really made it worthwhile grinding that out.
Are we done? Are we still?
We're still alive.
Still
The after
alive.
party.
Playing our closing video. What we're doing. Yay. And everyone,
We're still alive. Is this the after party?
Seabirds flying backwards, clouds looking strange. A small gray whale has come to warn us of a wave. There's no escaping. What's done will come. We'll sail into tomorrow, find another sun. Stone sucked from the ocean, moon swallowed whole. The gods, they never lie. We must trust what they have told. Chaos bursts from the darkness. Children gasp and stare. A misbegotten mushroom crowned with sickly yellow hair. That's what art is. That's what art gives. That's what art is. That's what art gives.
Out. Well, good. Fun.
Bye
Great
bye,
fun.
everybody.
Great fun.
Nice job.
You're all very
Bravo.
attractive and very
Nice.
talented. Very nice. Very nice work.
Yes.
So much fun.
That was so great to hear.
Yeah.
Also great.
Yeah, that was really fun, everybody. Thanks
Yeah,
so much
that's
for
great
letting me
too.
be a part of it.
Lara, your song was
Oh,
so
what a
good.
song, Lara.
Yeah.
That was
God.
Oh, thank
such a
you.
good song.
Yeah, you're all so creative. You're doing so much. We are still live according to my Facebook feed.
Oh, really? Uh-oh.
Just so you know.
All
So don't
right.
say anything.